Good morning, good morning, good morning once again. I am outside today. It is a beautiful morning. But this morning, man, I'm coming to you guys. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to the people that are frustrated. And, we all Christians, everybody talks about, God and everything. But we get frustrated. We get frustrated, especially when we're waiting for things to happen. And, you see stuff happening for other people and you're rejoicing with them and you're happy. You're really happy for them. But when you get by yourself, it's that twinge like, okay, God, when is my time? When is my season? When is it going to happen? You've been saying it's going to happen for so long. I'm waiting on it. And I'm seeing these other people, they get blessed and they're getting their miracles and stuff is happening. My prayers seem, God, that it's going unanswered. And there are people telling me just to give up. I want to remind you guys that God is faithful to his word. Again, I know we are in the fourth quarter of this year and God has promised some things. God has said he's going to show up with some things and we're watching, other people get blessed and things happening for them, but it is not over. God, he remembers what he told you and it is being worked out even now. I'm talking to you guys, and sometimes it feels like, what? Who can we talk to? Does anybody else know what I'm feeling right now? But taking it to the Bible in Mark 5, what was that? Jairus, I believe I'm pronouncing it right. He was a priest from the synagogue. He came to Jesus when he was getting off the boat on the shore and he ran to Jesus and said, Jesus, you got to come to my house. My daughter is sick, very sick, even unto death. She's going to die. I need you to come to my house. And what did Jesus do? Jesus said, sure, lead the way. Let's go. And as they were going, crowds and multitudes of people started surrounding them and pushing against them. And he's leading Jesus. He's like, okay, Jesus, you said you was coming. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And in the midst of that, that's where the woman with the issue of blood, she came out in that and touched Jesus and got her healing. And Jesus turned around and started speaking to her. Now, you can imagine Jairus right now is feeling the same way. Wait a minute, hold on now. We're going to my blessing. We're getting to my house where I need that miracle, where my family needs that miracle. You're stopping and healing other people. Other people are getting healed. Other people are in your eyesight and trying to get to you. He said, but Jesus, we're going this way. We're going this way. You can't stop. We're going this way. So I'm sure in that moment he felt like, wait a minute, my daughter's about to die and these other people are getting blessed, but we're here. The reason you're coming this way is because of me, and it's funny that sometimes we pray and we see people, even in our own houses, even in our own family, even in our own homes, that we've been praying for. They're getting their miracles and they're getting the things that they need, and their blessings are starting to come through and things are turning around for them. But yet we're looking and we're throwing our hands up like, God, the year is almost over and the stuff you told me is going to happen is not happening yet. What's going on? And we tend to get a little frustrated. I mean, let's be real. There are people, everybody's not super spiritual, and if you are and you're like, God is God and I'm not even worried about it, this message is not for you. This is for the ones that are saying I'm holding on to God, but I'm a little frustrated right now because I'm seeing everybody else and the people I'm praying for and the other people that they're getting blessed. But what about me, God? But God is even in this story, as the woman with the issue of blood is getting healed and they're on their way, somebody from his family comes and says, hey, give it up. It's done. She's dead. Your daughter has died. And in that moment, can you imagine his heart just dropped to the floor? Can you imagine the minute they said, hey, your daughter died? give it up. In that split second, the anguish that he must have felt, like, wait a minute, Jesus is right here. He's healing people, and if it was some of us, man, I don't even know. You look at Jesus and be like, you were supposed to be coming to save my daughter, and you're helping these other people, and my daughter just died. Couldn't you imagine all of the things that the enemy was throwing through his mind at that particular time? It wasn't going to work. I told you he forgot about you. He left you alone. He was healing all these other people. All of that. But the Bible never said he said anything. Before he could even speak, Jesus said, she's only sleeping. Don't even worry about it. But in that turmoil in himself, he's like, okay, these people said she's dead. Jesus just said she's sleeping. Jesus hasn't been to the house yet. He doesn't know. But they just left the house and said she's dead. Who am I to believe? And that's the question. You may be frustrated right now, but who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe these people that are coming telling you it's over, give it up, it's the end of the year, there's no way that can happen in this allotment of time, try it again next year, maybe it's for the first quarter of the next year and not this year, maybe he's just going to set it up this year and then fulfill it the next year in 2021? Are you going to believe those people, or are you going to believe Jesus that's walking with you, that already told you he's going to do this thing? And although there are people that are in the way, and it looks like they're getting blessed, and it looks like they're slowing Jesus down from doing his work, who are you going to believe in that moment, in this fourth quarter moment? Who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe those people that are telling you it's over, give it up, it's dead, it's not going to come to pass, the business is gone, the business is dead, the job situation is dead, the health situation is dead, just roll with it, just move on to the next phase in your life, just prepare the burial ground and put it to rest because it's over? Are you going to believe those people, or are you going to believe Jesus that told you he was coming and told you don't worry about it? And he said she's just sleeping. And in that moment he made a decision, and the decision he made because they continued to walk towards the house. He didn't throw his hands up in the air. He didn't just start bawling. He didn't fall on the ground. He didn't just start saying, Jesus, why? He didn't do any of that. He looked at Jesus. Jesus said, she's just asleep. And they continued to the house. And then when they got to the house, when they came in the house, they were people in the house mocking and laughing at him for even continuing to bring Jesus. It's dead. Why? Why are you still going on with this foolishness? She's dead. It's over. Let it go. Mocking him and laughing. And you know what? Jesus said, hold on a minute, and put them out of the house. See, the cool thing is when we get in that space where Jesus is about to do what he's going to do, we don't even have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about the people that are laughing. We don't have to worry about the people that are saying one thing and doing something else. We don't have to worry about it. Why? Because Jesus took care of it. You don't have to put it in your mouth. You don't have to say a word. Jesus, read it. Jesus said, Jesus put them out. So I didn't have to do it. I didn't have to deal with them. All the naysayers, all the people that are mocking, All the people that are laughing, all the people that are telling you to give it up, forget it, it's over, they're dead. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Why? Because the one who said and made the promises will take care of them for you. He didn't have to put them out. It said Jesus put them out. And then what happened? He went up. Next thing you know, she's alive and well, and he tells her you gotta feed her, give her nourishment. But he came through on the promise. Jesus will always come through on the promise. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Doesn't matter what's going on around you. Does not matter what is happening. Jesus will always come through. He will always come through. So I know you may be in a frustrating position right now. I know you may be throwing your hands up like, when is it going to happen? God, I know you said. God, you said this. Trust what God says. He will always come through. Don't get frustrated. Don't let the enemy get you frustrated. Don't let other people get you frustrated. Don't let them frustrate you. God is going to do what he told you he would do. Don't worry about, continue to rejoice and be glad for those who are getting theirs. Be utterly grateful for their lives and what God is doing in their lives, because that has nothing to do with what he told you he's going to do for you. He's going to show up in this last quarter. Whatever he told you that he was going to do, he is going to show up and do it. He cannot lie. He's a God of his word. And no matter what it looks like, no matter people say, well, there's not enough time. There's just not enough time in the rest of this year to get this done. God is a God that is on time. And I don't mean on time as he shows up on time. I mean on time where he's on top of time, where time is here and he moves back and forth freely. He is on time. Time does not have anything to do with God. God is not bound by time. He is not bound by this linear thing we call time. He is on time. So what these people around you and what people around you are saying, that there's no time in the rest of this. No. Whatever they think is going to take months, God will do in a day. Whatever they think is going to take years, and God will do in a week. And there's plenty of time. God can do whatever he wants to do as quickly because he promised you he will do it. So don't get frustrated. Hold on. Be happy and joyful. Let your spirit right now just be joyful, knowing that God is on time, and that he is moving. And whatever he promised you for this year, he will show up. It will happen. He will make it so. And it doesn't matter what that thing looks like. It doesn't matter what's happening. It doesn't matter who's saying what, who's not saying, who's doing. It doesn't matter who's with you, and it doesn't matter who's not with you. If God said it, then he is with you. And that's all you need. It would be nice when there's other people around you and to hold you up and lift you up. But if you got to walk it with just Jesus on your side saying, I got it. Don't even worry about it. It ain't dead, just sleeping. I'm about to go wake it up. So for all of you out there that are feeling that frustration, I pray that lifts right now off you. I pray the spirit of peace and joy and calm just falls on you wherever you are right now. That spirit of frustration, I rebuke it off of your life and command it to be released right now. That you will not look around and be frustrated, that you will be just in anticipation of God showing up in your house, being in anticipation of what he is about to do, because that thing he's promised you is not dead. It's just sleeping right now, but he's about to come and wake it up. He's about to come and wake it up. So be of good cheer and of good heart, knowing he is going to do what he told you he was going to do. Don't worry about what other people happen to them and what. He's coming right for you because he told you he would. Don't be frustrated. That's a trick of the enemy. Rebuke that frustration. Tell it it has to go. It cannot live in your heart. You will not be frustrated because God is showing up. What would have happened if he would have got frustrated in that crowd and he would have just threw his hands up in the air and just went off by himself somewhere else and not to his house, not let Jesus come with him to the house? If he would have just detoured off because somebody told him, don't worry about it, she's already dead, what would have happened? She would have been dead for real. He would have lost his daughter. He would have lost the precious thing in his life because he chose to listen to that person and go off and just go cry somewhere. But he didn't. He held fast. He didn't let what people said and his own feelings block what Jesus told him that he was going to do. So that's what I'm telling you this morning. Those of you who are frustrated, those of you who have been looking to God saying, God, I'm not understanding. All of these other people are telling me to let it go because it's dead. There's not enough time. You said it, but I might have missed it. Maybe it's for next year. Some good things have happened, but not everything that you've said. So maybe I should just be content with that. But that's what I'm bringing to you now. Be content, people. All right. Love you guys. Be easy.